Welcome to the ZimmCast, a program dedicated to bringing you what's new in agricultural marketing. The ZimmCast is the official podcast of AgWired and hosted by Chuck and Cindy Zimmerman.
Hello and welcome to the ZimmCast. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. In this episode, I'm going to share some Commodity Classic, which was almost at the highest attendance ever. We were in the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. The weather was mostly perfect, but we did have some wind, rain, and snow at the end. Next year, the event will take place in San Antonio. Once again, Syngenta made my trip to Classic possible. So in the program, I have with me the following. Eric Boeck, he's Regional Director of North America Seeds, Syngenta. Jeff Cecil, Crop Protection Marketing Head, Syngenta North America. Steve Sterchi, he's Product and Commercial Strategy Lead, Syngenta North America. Kramer Farney, GHX Marketing, Golden Harvest. And Justin Welch, Head of Decision Agronomy, Golden Harvest. At Commodity Classic, I'm visiting with Eric Boeck, and to get us started, Eric, tell us what you do with Syngenta.
Yeah, I'm Eric Boeck. I'm the head of North America for the seeds group of Syngenta.
So as we near the end of this year's event, how would you characterize the trade show, and what have you been hearing from farmers that are visiting your booth?
Yeah, I think this is the biggest trade show yet that the commodity groups have had, with over 12,000 people here. So it's pretty amazing to see the crowd that's here. And I would characterize the group as being hopeful around agriculture, even though that we're in a bit of a difficult spot with the commodity prices and the tariff situation. But I would say hopeful around agriculture is how I'd really describe the crowd.
So what's the main message you want customers to know about the work that Syngenta is doing, whether that's seeds or other groups in Syngenta?
Yeah, there's two key things. First and foremost, it's choice for farmers. Agriculture has consolidated over a period of time to some major players. And what Syngenta does is Syngenta provides choice in innovation, choice in technology, choice in genetics, choice in crop protection and seed care products for farmers. And that choice drives competition. And so that's a key part of our business strategy, is to make sure we're working with regulators, we're working with the industry associations, corn and soybean associations, wheat associations, to make sure farmers have access to that choice of innovation. And then the second thing is around innovation. Our pipeline is literally stacked with opportunity for farmers. We've continued to invest in technology, invest in genetics and traits, and herbicide technologies, insecticide technologies that will provide benefits for farmers. And we want to make sure farmers have access to that. We recently received approval of our DuraStack trait, which brings a new rootworm technology for farmers that are trying to control rootworm pests with 10 bushels greater yield. And we also get a new herbicide mode of action in that technology as well. That's one example of what we're doing, that we received approval on time for farmers to have that. But then there's other technology that we're going to have in our seed care products or in our chemistry that's delayed right now. And one of the things we're really working to do is make sure American farmers get access to that technology on time. And we need our EPA colleagues to be able to move that through the system fast enough. When we have a product like penicillin, which is an active ingredient that we have that's being used around the world, already approved, and American farmers don't have access to that yet. That's a challenge for American farmers that we want to make sure we get approved for them to be able to use.
Well, what's your outlook this year as we're coming near planting time? What do you think? What's in the future this year? Let's say.
Yeah, I think that we're in a year where farmers. We're in a period where farmers are tapping new yield potential all the time. And I'm amazed as I rode with farmers last fall. I had a farmer say to me, I was down 50 cents on my corn, but I was up 50 bushels and more than made up for the loss, right? And that was a Midwest farmer. And I know that there's farmers outside the Midwest that are facing some pretty serious challenges. So I think we have a bit of being real, we have a bit of a rocky road ahead to work through this this phasing in of a new administration, phasing in of new policy, while farmers are facing some challenges. And there's very little margin for error for farmers. We realize that, and we want to be there side by side with them, helping them work through these challenging times.
Well, Syngenta recently announced a growth in their, your biologicals portfolio by acquiring the assets from Novartis. Can you talk to what this means for Syngenta?
Yeah, but biologicals are the next frontier of where weed control, insect control, fertilizer opportunities may go and so we've been working to acquire assets that allow us to be able to put the pieces together to provide those solutions for farmers. You're never quite able to create every solution yourself. You have to collaborate, and you have to be able to take and acquire parts of the jigsaw puzzles that comes together. Those assets that we're acquiring are going to allow us to be able to provide a great offering for farmers and biologicals in the future.
Well, before we close, is there anything else you'd like to say we didn't cover?
My main message is this is about choice for farmers, and Syngenta is a great provider of choice in genetics and herbicides and fungicides for farmers, and we want to innovate. We want to continue to bring farmers the next best solutions for their farms to help drive yield and yield consistency to a new level.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Eric, for your time. And from the Commodity Classic, I'm Chuck Zimmerman. At Commodity Classic, I'm visiting with Jeff. And first of all, Jeff, tell me your name and what you do for Syngenta.
Yeah, so I'm Jeff Cecil. I'm the head of marketing for Syngenta North America.
Well, we've talked about this before, but I think this is a good time here, this part of the year, to talk about how Syngenta is investing for the future for their customers.
Yeah, we continue to really ramp up our investments for future products and innovations, and we're really looking for what products are interesting to the growers and actually solve a challenge that they're having. So we do a lot of work to invest in that. We're investing a significant amount every year in crop protection specific products, and we continue to invest with our growth in the market.
Can you give us a few examples of those?
Yeah, so we're looking really at new products and offerings in every one of the product categories. From herbicides, we've got a really good new corn herbicide coming. It'll be about 2030 when it hits the market, and really looking forward to that one. It'll be a game-changing technology. We've got a new fungicide that will really help us to open up the space around specialties and row crop markets to give us that next step of control and over and above what we're doing with our Miravis brands today. We have planazoline technology, which is coming soon. We've just launched the brand name for our soil applied product, which is Apello. And we're really excited about that one as it gives us a new insecticide offering, which we haven't had in the industry for a long time. And we have Timerium technology coming as a nematicide. Above and beyond that, we're investing in lots of other areas, be it different technologies like drones and spray technologies, as well as soil health space we're investing in. So there's a lot of different places where we're investing to try to answer the needs.
It could be the farmer's equipment that has to be set up in order to do what the products you've got. Do you kind of work with some of those companies on behalf of your customers?
Sure. Our products are basically set up to go through any application technology, although we have some application technologies coming to market that are going to be very specific. So we are working with equipment manufacturers to understand what's coming, help shape that a little bit, and help them to design their products around ours. And that's what we need to do for the future.
You mentioned EPA, and let's talk about regulations. How about the fact that we've got a new administration that's changing a lot of things? Have you had any thoughts or possibilities of things that might be changing in this area?
Yeah, I think unfortunately, over the last few years, the EPA has been extremely slow at bringing new technologies out, and we're starting to fall behind the rest of the world even in bringing these new technologies to market. We used to be first, and now we're probably 15th, 20th to bring a lot of these products. So, we're working with the EPA very closely to bring some of the new technologies to point out what they can bring for the American farmer and what they're doing to answer the needs. I think the new administration has the potential to change the way they're doing some things. Hopefully they're going to get more engaged with understanding the needs of the farmer and really start to bring things that matter. But it's actually a little early to understand what all that will mean yet. So I think over the next few months we'll see more, and hopefully we'll see some movement that will bring some of these technologies to market quicker.
Things are moving very fast right now. Anything else in this area you might want to touch on we haven't?
No, I think, the general thing I want people to understand is we're working very hard to bring new technologies and things that are innovative to the market space and continue to move to things that can answer a need, not just give you the same old stuff packaged a different way. And very proud of Syngenta's success story there. We've been very good at bringing some new products to market over the last 10 years. We brought 20-some products, 26 products, and we continue that pace as we move forward with the intention to bring 2 new active ingredients a year to the market. And so far we're getting very close to that target. So we're feeling really good about where we are in developing innovation and continue to invest for the future.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. It's great to see you here at Commodity Classic. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. At Commodity Classic, I'm visiting with Steve. And Steve, first of all, tell me your name and what you do for Syngenta.
Yeah, so I'm Steve Sterchi. I lead the product and commercial strategy for North America.
Well, tell us a little bit about what kind of message do you have for your customers here with the work that you're doing?
Sure. So the last couple of years, we've been talking about this investment, in North America, what we've been trying to do to reimagine Syngenta and what we've been able to do. Well, now we're actually talking about what is the result of that investment. So this year we've got DuraStack that we're launching here at Commodity Classic that we're excited about, but all of that is connected to that investment over the last few years in our R&D.
Can you give us an example of course, DuraStack is definitely one, but what are some of the other products or wins, if you might say, over these last couple of years?
Sure. So one of the biggest wins, in lieu of DuraStack coming out here in the next couple of years, is our ability to bring Viptera in a broader sense to the marketplace. And, that's something that we've really struggled with in the past. We've made this recommitment, reinvestment, and we've been able to change what we've been able to bring to the market there. Because Viptera is the best above-ground trait in the marketplace. And so this past year, 52% of the products that we bought to the marketplace had the Viptera trait in it, which is significant for us. And we continue to see that rise as we go forward.
So talk a little bit about the process you go through to create the strategy for a new product that you need or to add to something that you already have.
Yeah, well, some of the great things with Syngenta is that we have a lot of the pieces that we can bring together, one being seed treatments, one being chemistry, one being traits, genetics, all those types of things. So really, if you look at an existing product, we've got, partners, of course, on the seed treatment side that we're looking at new ways to bring, seed treatments in on that, so which helps increase that. But when we look at a marketplace, we build these strategy zones, and we look at a market based upon our ability to win in those, and then we align the organization to them. So, for instance, we've got a north, a central, and a southern strategy zone, and those is what we focus as how we bring market to the place.
Well, you've had a chance to talk to some of the farmers, I assume probably customers as well. What are some of the things that you've been talking to about? What are they interested in?
Yeah, so right now a lot of the conversation's been around, I guess, the marketplace, corn. There's a lot of confidence behind corn this year, and we started to see some of those numbers come out. But, you're feeling that. You're seeing that. We were in a different place just a few months ago with prices and what we were thinking the market was going to go to. So there had been a little bit of, tailwind there, and you're starting to see that show up in some of the conversations that we're having and looking towards that future here of corn acres.
Well, mentioning the future, what is your outlook? I mean, what is it do you kind of see as you look forward?
I see some things changing pretty rapidly. It's amazing the progress that was made over this past year as far as on the technological side. I mean, you stop to look at whether, anywhere from some of these large language models to, some of these areas that I really start to see that becoming more and more rapidly incorporated into what we're doing. And we're looking at several different ways to bring that internally in and really help leverage where you can just ask questions, and those types of things. So I see us over the next few years rapidly changing in our industry that we haven't seen.
Well, before we close, is there anything else you might want to say?
Give us a look, and we've committed to the investment earlier on, and we're really starting to see the fruits of that come out there. And we're here for the North American farmer, and so we look to the future of partnering and just bringing us alongside.
You bet, Steve. Thank you very much. We're here at Commodity Classic. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. At Commodity Classic, I'm visiting with Kramer. And Kramer, first of all, tell us your name and what you do for Golden Harvest.
Yeah, good morning, Chuck. I'm Kramer Farney, head of GHX Marketing.
Well, talk to us a little bit about, I think you might call it the GHX experience.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, the Golden Harvest experience really came to life after we talked to farmers, and we heard from them that they don't get all the interaction or necessarily the value that they're looking for from the seed company throughout the season. And so what we did is we designed a series of touch points with farmers that our teams can deliver that really bring value, not just, hey, I'm showing up in November asking for a seed order, but I'm also showing up in January and in March and in April just to, dial in various things across the growing season that farmers might be thinking about.
What are some of the ways that you, bring that to them with the kind of product and applications that you have?
Yeah. There's probably two key ways that come right to mind. The first would be the GHX Max Script. And so the Max Script is really that customized seed recommendation, where we're not just talking to a single farmer, but we're talking about specific fields. And we're talking about specific products going on those specific fields at specific populations. And that's what really drives that return on every acre for the farmer. And so that's happening early in the season when they're buying their seed, thinking about what's going to go in the ground. But then after planting, I think the other way that we bring that to life, where the Golden Harvest experience really shines, is these crop health reports that we've designed that really show them, okay, here's maybe what we expected to happen, and here's what's actually happening. Maybe it's hotter and drier. Maybe it's cooler and wetter. And what can we be doing now that we know what's going on in our local environment to make sure that we still have the best yield at the end of the day?
Well, I would assume that with the way technology has been going at seems like a faster pace, even on the hardware side for what you're talking about, to go even into part of a field instead of a whole farm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all sorts of technological advancements. It's going to be fast and furious again. We've done a couple things. One of those fun things that we're adding this year to the GHX app is bringing in artificial intelligence to bring some of those agronomy insights forward. And so we can go into the GHX app now and ask questions about, our products and their placement, and understand from our, massive database, hey, what's actually going to work here? If I need to learn more about 12U11, what could I understand from the GHX app and from, tapping into the CropWise AI tools? CropWise AI, that's what it's called.
So what's your maybe expectation as we go into this new year?
Yeah, I think this season will bring its challenges. One of those challenges is just going to be commodity price and just pressure that farmers are feeling across the country in that. We've certainly felt more energy around our Golden Advantage offer, 0% extended terms offer, where you can buy your seed, you can place that extended terms offer with us, and then you pay for it after you harvest. And that has been a huge conversation with farmers across the country. And I think, they're just seeing us as a partner, and that's what we are desiring to do with those farmers across the country and offering Golden Advantage at 0%.
All right, well, thank you very much, Kramer, for visiting with me here. We're at Commodity Classic. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. At Commodity Classic, I'm visiting with Justin here with Golden Harvest. And first of all, Justin, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
My name is Justin Welch. I'm the head of Decision Agronomy for Golden Harvest. And what I do is work with farmers and our organization to marry up together how do they use our products in a way to become more profitable, mainly wrapped around agronomic practices that a farmer could put on their own farm using our products to make more bushels.
Well, we've talked about it before, but it keeps getting better with the GHX app. Let's start there where we're at, because I know last fall we were talking about 2.0.
Yes, at 2.0 we released our CropWise AI, which is a chatbot inside of GHX Mobile that allows for users to be able to look at basic agronomy, learn about all of our products, and think about crop production questions that farmers may have every single day. And that was launched last year at Farm Progress, and through this spring in the 25 season, we will be releasing more opportunities for farmers to use that specifically on their own farm, things that are specific to their own fields and not just general agronomic questions.
It kind of fits into what some of the technology is doing to be able to, say, go out and plant in this field, or maybe even part of this field.
That's true. We make plans for all of our products with farmers to which fields should they plant them in and what management should they use for those products in each of those fields. And we know those things can change over time depending on weather as the season rolls along. And what the app's going to do is allow for farmers to get that real-time change of information that they need to still be successful, even if the plan that they originally were going to do doesn't always work out, which for our farmers is about 70% of the time. It doesn't always go to the way that they planned in January.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. I mean, if we go into a drought or if we have an extreme amount of rainfall and this is not what we planned for, you can go back there and revisit it in the plan that you should be using.
Yeah, well, the most realistic version of that is I'm a farmer and I have seed in my planter and I was going to go to a field, but it rained. Now I need to go to a different field. And what they need to know is the seed in the planter okay to plant in another field? And if I do, does the population change or should I do something different? And what CropWise AI will do is allow a farmer to ask that question in real time. I'm going to my home farm. I have this hybrid in my planter. Is that okay? And CropWise AI will be able to help give that real-time solution to them of what they should do next in that scenario.
With the AI component of this, does it learn what that particular grower is looking for based on what they're asking for?
Well, the AI only knows what we talk to the AI about, and so for us, what's really important is they work with their local seller and local agronomists to get to know the farmers, and as they know that, we can use those as extra inputs to the AI, and as we feed the AI more inputs about a particular farmer, it can give a more specific recommendation. So if I tell it that this is an irrigated field and I push populations really hard and I've got these products on order, what should I plant? AI is now able to look at those management with those products and see which things marry up the best for that farmer.
So basically you're developing your AI as you go on.
Yes.
This is something that's just going to continue to grow but get better?
When you think about the future of AI, it's going to continue to be a part of all of our lives, and it's going to continue to get better as the models get trained better with better data. The model only knows what data you've fed it, and the more information that goes in, it's going to continually improve to help farmers make more specific, better recommendations. We believe that the agronomist and AI working together are going to be the best solution to help farmers long term to help produce a better crop. It's going to take both of them to make that solution come to life.
As it grows, would this be a key component necessary for farmers to be able to track transparency for their own customers?
It's very possible where I could go in and I could inform the AI that I planted my home farm with this product at 32,000 and I sprayed it with these products. Those things could be captured and then could be used for transparent reasons. If there was somebody looking for traceability through the food market, you would be able to do things like that in the future. What's interesting about AI is I don't think what farmers will enjoy is in applications today. What they don't enjoy is hitting a lot of buttons. They don't like trying to find things that they don't know where it's at. What AI is going to allow for them to do is basically have a search bar in an app that they can do anything that they want to do. And they don't have to hit 1,000 buttons to figure out what function they want to do. That's where I think people are going to really be attracted to AI is you just get the solutions right up front. Very different experience using AI like using Google searches. Google searches, you still have to search through and look at articles, AI just gives you the answers. And I think that's what our farmers are looking for, and we're going to be able to help build that with our CropWise AI solution.
Well, before we close, is there anything else you'd like to tell folks about the app or the work you're doing?
I think one of the things that's most unique about what we're doing is we're not just focusing on the app. We think that there is a real connection to farmers and their sellers, and we're providing information that doesn't have to be captured in an app. We have a lot of farmers, 70% of our farmers prefer to get an email or text message to receive information. All of our information that is in the app can be retrieved through email or text message. So if you're a farmer that doesn't want to just run your phone all the time and you prefer that way of communicating, we provide that as well. And we're finding, as of today, the majority of the farmers are looking for those types of solutions. So we provide both.
All right, well, thank you very much, Justin, for visiting with me here. We're at Commodity Classic. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. Coming up next for me on the Agriblogging Highway is the Agri-Pulse Ag and Food Policy Summit in Washington, D.C. That's followed with the National Ag Day Activities. Then it's Cindy's turn to go to D.C. for the ACE Fly-In. Things start to settle down, but I'll be in KCMO for the Agri-Marketing Conference in April. So that's the ZimmCast for now. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for listening.
You've been listening to the ZimmCast, the official podcast of AgWired. Check us out at www.agwired.com to find out what's new in agricultural marketing.